All right, what's up everybody? The video you're about to see is another example video of kind of what we do with our elite members video area for our elite members. And I hope you enjoy the video. If you have any questions at all, as usual, tannerstrading@gmail.com, and make sure to like and subscribe the video. I'd really appreciate that. So again, hope you enjoy the video. All right, what's up everybody? This is another video added to the elite members only video library, and it's the bullish candle reversal patterns part 1. We're going to go over bullish engulfing and bullish piercing patterns. Now this is the start of a little mini series where I'll go over a variety of new bullish candles and candle formations to add upon what you learned in the trading course. In the trading course we talked about largely hammer candles and doji candles to signal a reversal on a potential downtrend. In this video, in this series, we're going to go over a variety of new formations to add to your trading tools chest that you can throw in as you scan for trades, as you look for trades, as another confirmation of a potential reversal occurring. So we're going to jump right into this one. Again, it's going over bullish engulfing and bullish piercing patterns. So bullish candle reversal patterns. Up to this point, as I've mentioned, we've gone over largely hammer and doji candles as examples of reversal signals for our trades. This new candle series will introduce a variety of new bullish reversal candles and candle patterns that you can begin applying to your trading. Candles are proven to be effective in trading when utilized with other technical indicators. As usual, we are never going to trade just off candles alone, but will continue to use support resistance and the various other indicators we utilize each day, such as the MACD, RSI, slow stochastic, so on and so forth. By the end of this series, you will be incredibly proficient in candle patterns and will be able to spot various candle patterns each time you look at a chart. That is my main goal. I want to make you guys the most proficient group of traders out there when it comes to candle patterns. They are the most tested and proven form of trading, so I want to help all of us become absolutely proficient when it comes to candle trading. I don't want us to just be using the hammer and the doji. My goal is to eventually get to where we know nearly all candle formations and candle patterns, so when we are looking at charts, we can break them down completely. Not just support and resistance, not just what the indicators are showing, but down to the T of what the candles are even showing us. So let's go ahead and get started with this first video. Okay, what constitutes a bullish reversal? So here's some simple guidelines to remember when looking for bullish candle reversals. First, the majority of patterns we'll go over require a bullish confirmation, okay? They alone are not a buy or sell signal. As I just went over a minute ago, we want to use a confirmation on the chart with support or with the indicators, 3 or 4 indicators. All of these are bottom reversal play, additional signals for a bottom reversal play. Okay, so they require other bullish confirmations. The second thing, bullish reversal patterns form within a downtrend. I mean, obviously, we are looking for these patterns to form after a stock has been coming down. Another series we're going to be doing will focus on bearish reversal patterns, but for now we're looking at trade or setups that form after a downtrend. The third thing, we never use candles alone, but apply other technical indicators as well. Now this goes back to the first one. We are going to utilize still our MACD, our RSI, our money flow index, our slow stochastic to confirm buy signals and entry points for these setups. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on the first one. This is going to be a quicker video. I broke it down into 2 so we could go a little more in depth. The first one we have is the bullish engulfing pattern. So the bullish engulfing pattern, a chart pattern that forms when a small red or black, depending on the broker you use, candle is followed by a large white or green candle that completely engulfs the previous day's candlestick. Now remember, I say white because on stock charts they have white instead of green. On stock charts often they have black instead of red. The wicks or shadows of the first candle are small, thus allowing the second candle to engulf it. Now remember, we went over the basics of a candle. These are the wicks, these lines here. We have the body here. Okay, I don't need to break down a candle again. You can just go back to the trading course and we go over it. But what we see here, let's go over first and foremost. We have the smaller body that forms. This is the first day. Price opens here, closes here. Got a couple wicks on it, not a real big candle. The second day, the price opens below the previous candle, but closes above it. Okay, so you can see it completely engulfs the first candle. Now, this is the ideal situation where it engulfs both the real body and the wicks. However, if it merely just engulfed the real body, that would still be a bullish engulfing. So ideally, you want to see it engulf the entire candle, wick to wick, but for it to be a technical bullish candle, bullish engulfing, it just needs to engulf the real body. Okay, let's look at some more examples here. All right, so we look at this chart here. We see the price movement. We form a downtrend here. Okay, we have this red candle here. Price opens here, closes here. The first candle is formed. The next day, it opens below the real body close of the previous day, opens below it, and closes above the real body open of the previous day. Because remember, this is the open, this is the close. The next day opens below, closes above. So really you have a minor gap down the next day. So this one doesn't engulf the wicks completely, but it engulfs the real body. So a bearish engulfing has formed. And sure enough, what do we see? We see a reversal to the top side. We have another downtrend form. What happens here? We have the open here. It closes here. The next day, gaps down slightly, opens here, drifts down slightly, but closes above. So it completely engulfs the real body of the previous day. And then a bullish engulfing pattern is formed. And sure enough, what happens after that? We see a strong run upwards. So not only when we look at this one, it didn't just form, but it also formed right near support level. Those are the kind of things we want to look for with our bottom reversals. We want to look for bounces off support areas and for bounces with the indicators signaling a buy. Let's look at some more examples. So we see the downtrend is formed here. Downtrend, downtrend. The bearish candle forms, opens here, closes here. The next day, it gaps down, opens here, dips slightly but not much, but completely engulfs the previous day candle. This is a huge candle here, completely engulfing the previous day. Sure enough, after that, what do we see? We see a strong run upwards. Okay, so we have the bearish candle. The next day, it gaps down, completely engulfs the real body of the previous day, and we have the bullish engulfing pattern formation. Let's look at one more here. We have two to look at. First and foremost, down over here in the left, we have a downtrend formed. Okay, the bearish candle forms, opens slightly below, doesn't have to gap down a ton, opens slightly below the previous day's close, and completely engulfs that bearish candle. And what do we see after that? Decent run upwards. We look over here. We see the downtrend goes down, bearish candle forms, open here, close here. Next day, opens slightly below, closes above the previous day's open. So it completely engulfs that bearish candle, signaling a reversal. What do we see? A reversal topside. You can confirm those, however, also with the indicators on that one and on this one here. That's what we want to see. We want to see a confirmation with 3 or 4 indicators with this play for reversal topside. Really simple, nothing crazy with this bullish engulfing. Let's go over some of the buy signals. I've talked about them as we went. But since the bullish engulfing is a reversal pattern, okay, a bottom reversal pattern, we'd want to look for key support areas and for 3 or 4 indicators to be in our favor for an entry long. All right. The engulfing serves as yet another potential confirmation a reversal is occurring. Bullish engulfings that occur right at key support have an increased chance of seeing a strong reversal. Okay, traders are going to be looking for that bullish engulfing formation. So they're also eyeing support. So when one occurs at support, more traders are going to enter that trade, and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, and we see the stock run higher as momentum is driven into the play. So if you are eyeing a potential reversal play and notice a bullish engulfing occurring, a buy long could be placed at or near the close of the second candle as the price closes above the first candle, okay? So as it engulfs the first candle, therefore forming the bullish engulfing. If you buy a bottom reversal play, let's say a play comes down, it's at support, indicators are curving up, you enter the trade, and then a bullish engulfing forms, it is even more confirmation that the odds of success are in your favor. So a lot of times you're going to enter the trade before the formation even forms as it comes down. If one forms, that's even more indication of a reversal occurring. A lot of times though, it's going to come down. You're going to see that bearish candle form. The next day, that green candle is what's going to whip those daily indicators up, and you're going to have an entry opportunity on that bullish engulfing formation. So the profit targets and stop losses are identical to a typical reversal play. All right, we want to utilize a 10% stop or a key support area depending on the chart, and the profit targets are going to go chart by chart because we need to label the resistance levels, and we need to look at what would really be a key profit target. As usual, if we can get 10%, we're going to take it. But if there's a key resistance level at 7%, obviously that would be a key area to target profit-wise. So this is not something we are going to specifically scan for, but it's a candle formation that we will watch for on all of our bottom reversal plays. So going forward, I want you to look out for this formation when you're watching a stock on a bottom reversal play as another indication of a good buy entry to play towards the top side. So that's the bullish engulfing pattern. Let's look at the bullish piercing pattern. So the bullish piercing pattern is a trading signal that is marked by a closing down day with a good size trading range. Okay, you have a nice big real body and you have a good size trading range, followed by a gap down the next day, okay, similar to the bullish engulfing, and then a close at or above the midpoint of the first candlestick's body. Okay, so it gaps down, but it closes at or above the midpoint. So we don't quite get a bullish engulfing, which is a much more powerful reversal signal, but we have somewhat of a situation where buyers are taking back pressure or taking back momentum from the sellers. So this is a moderate reversal signal. It's not as good as the bullish engulfing, but it's another one to use as confirmation. So as with most bullish reversal patterns, sellers are in control at first before buyers take over. Selling pressure forces the stock to gap down. See the gap down here? Selling pressure forces that to happen. But buyers take over and drive the price upwards. Okay, sellers force the stock down, buyers regain momentum and drive it upwards. As we talk about in our very first video, the psychology of trading, candles, charts are representation of the emotions of traders. Okay, that's why these signals can be self-fulfilling and signal to traders like us that a reversal is happening, because we see, okay, this gap down, a reversal is now occurring. So those who were thinking about selling, all of a sudden buying pressure starts to come in and overtake the chart. Okay, let's look at some examples here. All right, we have the stock falls, bounces, support level forms there at that red line, goes up, enters another downtrend, comes down. You see the bearish candle that forms here. You have the open, you have the close. What happens the next day? Price gaps down, right near support, which is even a better signal, but then reverses to close at or above the midline of the previous bearish candle. After that, we see a good run to the top side. Okay, very basic. This is a piercing pattern example here. Stock previous day bearish, gaps down, even if it's slightly, it doesn't have to be a huge gap down, just like with the bullish engulfing, and then it closes at or above the midpoint of the previous day. So again, this isn't as powerful as a bullish engulfing because it doesn't engulf the entire previous day candle of the real body, but it is still a potential signal of a bottom reversal occurring. Let's look at some more examples. Okay, we have a downtrend forming here, downtrend forming, bearish candle forms, has the open here, closes here. The next day what happens? Sellers drive the stock down, it gaps down. We then see momentum switch, buyers take over, and it closes at or above the midpoint of the previous candle's real body. So again, if this had closed up here, we'd have a bullish engulfing. But since it closed at or above, we have a piercing line, which is a moderate signal of a potential reversal. And sure enough, on this one, we see strong reversal from the 340 range all the way up to 450. Let's look at one more example here. We have the downtrend. Okay, these need to be in a downtrend. We have the bearish candle form, opens, closes. The next day what happens? Sellers take over, gaps down. Well, they were already taking over, but they push down even more. Gaps down, sees a little fall, recovers, closes roughly, I mean this isn't exact, but it's near the midline. So this could be characterized as a bullish piercing line pattern. And then sure enough, we see a run and reversal topside. Now this is like a very bare minimum. I'd prefer it be at least at the halfway point, but this is roughly close to the midpoint of the previous day's candle, and we see the reversal topside. So that's the bullish piercing line pattern formation. So let's look at the bullish piercing line buy signal. Okay, the bullish piercing buy signal. As with all reversals, we want to look for 3 or 4 indicators to be signaling a buy. This pattern is a moderate reversal. Okay, it's a moderate reversal pattern, and I personally do not take an entry just because this pattern forms. I use this pattern as another confirmation, along with support levels and indicators, that a reversal is occurring. Okay, just like we talked about with the bullish engulfing. This, we don't trade candles alone. We combine them with what we already know. So if 3 or 4 indicators are curving upward, an entry could be taken at or near the close of the second candle. Okay, so if you're going to use it as your entry, price comes down, could be near support, you see 3 or 4 indicators curving up and you see this piercing forming, you could take an entry at or near the close of that second candle. Just like with the bullish engulfing, you take the entry at or near the close. Same thing with the bullish piercing. That is the simple buy signal. Stop losses, profit targets, identical to all bottom reversal plays. Everything's chart by chart. We need to know where support is. We want to have our stop within generally 10% or a major support level. And our profit target, ideally we'd like to see 10%, but again, if there's a major resistance, 7 to 8% away, we're okay to take that as well. All right, so stop losses, profit targets, just the same as reversal patterns. So these are very simple plays. These are an example of some of the stuff we're going to be going over. Review this a few times and start to look for it in your charts. All right, if you feel like you've spotted one, just like with everything else, send me the symbol. Okay, I'll review the chart and I'll let you know if you're correct. Okay, I'll let you know if a bullish piercing or bullish engulfing, whatever one you think you spot, is forming, and we can practice back and forth. That's how you're going to master these things if you go out of your way to try to find these, to search for them, to look in your charts, and to work back and forth with me. That's how I want to be able to help you guys master these candles and candle formation. So again, any questions at all, shoot me an email, tannerstrading@gmail.com, and have a great day.